Morning Gooders. Today I thought we'd have a look at Blender and its very latest release or version, and just have a little bit of a play around in it and see if it's ready for me to switch to. Alright, so we're on the Blender website. I'm just going to head over to download, and I'm looking for the experimental version. Oh, here we go. Download Blender Experimental. So this is the very latest. I think it's actually 2.9. Yeah, 2.9 alpha that you can play around with and try it out. So I'm just going to download that, and I'll install it and come back to you in a moment. So I've just extracted the zip file to the desktop and just run it straight from the folder on the desktop. It's just a standalone version, and let's see what happens. Okay, so language English, shortcuts. I'm going to do the Blender 2.7 shortcuts. Select with the right mouse. Yep. Okay, save new settings. Okay, I'll just resize this. Okay, Blender 2.9 it should be. I'm just trying to find where, there we go, how about Blender? Yeah, 2.90 alpha. Alright, now I loaded the Blender 2.7 shortcuts and they're not working. So the keyboard shortcuts don't come across from Blender 2.7. I actually selected, I'm holding the Alt key down the left mouse button and it's not orbiting my view, it's middle mouse, which is frustrating. So when it says that you have the option of loading the Blender 2.7 shortcuts, that doesn't work in Blender 2.9. Alright, let's try and create a part. I just want to try and create a little part and then do some Boolean operations and just see how it generally performs. Now before I do that, I might just check what my scene units are. Metric, degrees, length. I'm going to switch that to millimeters. And can I... Looks like I can't do a screen capture on this version, so that's okay. We'll just have to go as it is. All right, let's try creating. We'll create a cube. Now it is okay. It's in millimeters. Cool. So if I make that, let's make it. It's annoying not being able to use my 2.7 shortcuts. Let's make it 100 millimeters by 50 on the y-axis, and we'll make it 10 millimeters deep. Okay, so that should be now my grid. That's annoying. Let's see if I can fix that grid up. Where will I find that setting? Okay, so if I make that 0.1, that looks better. 0.01, go 0.001. All right, so I've got my grid there. That's preferable. So what I'm going to do is just apply the rotation and scale, and let's delete this face, and I'm going to radius these corners. So I'll add a modifier and we'll make it a bevel modifier. I'm going to use weight as the limit, offset. So width of the bevel, why would they call it offset? Let's make it a 6mm bevel. Switch over to my edges, select those ones, and bevel weight will be 1, which means it'll give the full value of 6mm to these bevels. And let's make these segments 24. So now I have that shape. Now I want to give that some thickness, say 3mm thick. So I'll add another modifier and solidify. Let's collapse that one. 3mm. And I want to make sure it's offset outside the, so it's 6mm radius and millimeters in radius on the inside there. All right, so now we have that shape. Let's duplicate that. Let's move that into a new collection, and we'll call it build parts. And let's turn off that collection. And let's apply these modifiers. How do you apply the modifiers now? That's changed. Apply. Okay, so you've got to click this little down arrow. There's no button for apply anymore. So we'll apply those, that one, and we'll apply this one. So now we should have some clean geometry. Nice. Now let's take this and we'll add a loop cut here, and I want to bring it down 3mm. So let's go G, Z, -3. There we go. So that's 3mm there. I'm going to delete these faces, and I'm going to select that loop, fill that. So now we have this piece here. Now I want to have a section in the middle here with a cylindrical piece for mounting a bolt through, say for instance. I'm just making this up as I go along. I think we'll do it we'll do it this way. So I'll put a cut through here, do the same over this side, and I just want to make sure that remove doubles is gone, isn't it? No, oh, they've changed it. Okay, vertex. Where's my merge? Used to be Alt M. That's now split. Okay. Vertex. No. Mesh. Merge. Okay, it's under mesh. Merge by distance, and I'll make my distance that. Okay, I'm just ensuring there's no double vertices there. Okay, so that's good. So now I should be able to join that. Nice. And join that. Okay, great. Now I want to make this piece, this riser piece that comes off here, so I'll make it 10mm. So what I'll do is I'll select this loop and I'll move it 5mm in the -x direction. So G X -5. so I'm obviously facing this direction. Now I'll put another loop cut through here. And I'll do the same again. I'll join that, join that, join those. Now I'm just going to move this loop up against this loop here, and then come back, move it back 10 millimeters. So G, X, and I'll have to snap it. Okay, G, X, snap to that, okay, and G, X, 10. So now it's given us a 10 millimeter section in the middle here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'll extrude this face here, E to extrude, enter, and then actually no, I'll do something different. Undo that. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll join, I keep looking down for the vertex that's moved to the top up here. So I'll join that. Just pressing J to join those. So now I've got a piece here that should be a 6mm step in, and yeah, I can raise this piece up here. So I'm going to make this riser here. Let's make it 60 millimeters. So E 60. All right. Now I'm just going to apply rotation to scale again. I'm going to round this top off so that I can then Boolean in a cylinder. So let's add a bevel modifier to this. Actually, no, we won't do a bevel modifier. I'll do something else. Let's remove that. Let's just grab these two edges. Hopefully Control B is still, yeah, that's fine. And let's just roll the mouse up. Okay, and that's given us that piece there. So now I can Boolean in a cylinder into there. So let's add a cylinder, and we'll make it 50 minus 940. Let's make it 30. 30mm millimeter cylinder, and we'll make it 30 millimeters in depth, and vertices 128. Make it nice and smooth. Okay. 90. Just make sure it's at 0. And let's move it up. This is annoying me, not having my, what's pan? Not having my keyboard shortcuts. So how do you, we'll do it this way. Do it the old-fashioned way. Use the icons. So I'm going to move it to about there. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll duplicate the cylinder and let's make it, I want to have say a 6mm wall here, so 30 minus 12, 18 in the Z and Y. $18 millimeters. All right. And let's just stretch it on the X. Okay. Apply that. Now, what I need to do here is to Boolean this cylinder to this, and as a union, and then remove this from the pair of them. Let's see how B-mesh copes with that. Looking at a mesh is like so. So I'll select that, add a modifier, Boolean, and we're going to select this cylinder. It's a union. B-mesh makes such a mess of things. Doesn't look like it's any better. Alright, we'll try that. So let's apply that. Delete that cylinder. Oh no, that looks like it's alright. Visually I thought it was going to be a bit of a mess, but that looks like it's done it cleanly. So okay, let's now take this piece out of here, do another Boolean, be a difference, take it down to 0, let's apply that, delete that. All right, yeah, that looks clean. All right, let's see if we remove, if there's any doubles left behind. Vertices and mesh, merge by distance, make this at 0. Okay, so no doubles, so that's good. Yeah, that looks clean, so that looks good. All right, let's add another support piece in here, just like a fillet. And to do that, I probably should have done this before I did the Booleans, but let's do it from here. And let's make it a fillet. We'll come across is that gone right through? Let's join that. Let's grab this loop, turn on snapping, go back to the vertex. Now let's come across 3, 4, 5 vertices. So G, Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop it there. Okay. Now let's do another loop cut. Join those up. Select that. And do the same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So they're lining up. So now we can one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be able to join that. No, wrong one. Two, 3, 4, 5. So it's there. Okay. That one. Join that. Yep. Nope. Missed it. Yep. Right. I just pressed Control 3 on the numeric keyboard to flip it around like that. So 3, Control 3. If you're wondering how I did that, try that. Yep. And no, next one. No, missed it altogether. Yep, that's good. All right, so I've got some geometry there, so I can create a fillet. I'll create a loop cut on here. Take it right to the edge, and I'll bring it back 2 millimeters. So that'll be GX2. Do the same here. Still got snapping on, so that'll be, turn off snapping, GX -2, enter. Okay, so now I can I think the best way to do this. All right, I'll do a loop cut through here. Take it to the end, and then we'll move it back GX 10 millimeters. Do the same here. GX -10. So I want to fill in these two pieces here and make them a fillet, if you like. So what I'll do is delete the faces I don't want to avoid non-manifold geometry, because if I fill this in with these faces here, that's what I will get. So delete those. Yep, looking good. Now I can select that edge, and this edge, fill that. Same here. Now, of course, I could have just mirrored this. In fact, that's what I think I'll do, just to save some time. But first I'll finish filling this. fill that. I'll put a loop cut through here, and then we'll delete this side. And we will add a modifier. Mirror. Make sure clipping's turned on to merge those vertices together. Okay. Now what I want to do is I'd like to have a fillet in here. So I'm going to do a loop cut here. I was hoping to go across this face here, but that's okay. We'll do it this way. That's all right. Now I can join these two pieces together. Actually, I better do a save, didn't I? Okay, I've saved that. Now I'm going to merge that down to there. Pity my keyboard shortcuts aren't working. Do the same here. Mesh, merge. At last, there we go. Okay, so now I should be able to just do a bevel here. Yeah, that's going to, all right. 5. Let's move this to here, and I don't want to move on the y-axis. G, Shift Y, snap it to there. Okay. Now what happens if I bevel that? There we go. Got a fillet there, but I don't like how it's undercut there, so let's undo that. And I'll line this up with this edge here. I think that'll work nicer. So GX, snap it to, turn on snapping, GX, there. That'll work better. Now I can do my fillet. Yeah, it's much nicer. Okay, well, I think that's working pretty good. Anything I could do now is just drop some holes in there. I'm surprised at how well B-mesh is working. That oh no, what happened there? We lost the internal for some reason. Is that because clipping's on? Okay. Shouldn't be too hard to fix that. Let's fix that. Okay, EX. Okay, fixed it. Still, I don't know. I suspect that might have got lost because of B-mesh. That's what my experience has been with B-mesh. It tends to do things like that. But in this case, it was easy to fix. So let's try dropping some screw holes in here. We'll make them we'll make them 6mm holes, so 3mm radius. Yeah, that'll do, and I'll just snap it to the center. Now what I'll do is apply rotation scale, and I'll add a modifier on this mirror on X and Y. Switch to edit mode, move that, and we've got our 4 screw holes. Let's snap them to these points here. So if I go to median, that should give me what I want. And I lock out the Z axis, G, Shift Z. Yeah, nice. Okay, we've got our 4 screw holes. Another Boolean difference. Cut these out. Let's just switch those to visibility, viewport display, and make it wire. Okay, so they're cut out, no problems. Let's apply these Boolean modifiers. Delete that. Yep, looks good. All right. Let's now try taking it out to Cura. What is the pan? Don't have to use that icon. There's got to be a keyboard shortcut for pan. I'll have to work out what it is. Control, no. Alt, no. Shift. Ah, okay. All right, so Shift, middle mouse is pan, and then middle mouse is orbit. Control Shift is zoom, or okay, or wheel mouse. Okay, that's fine. So let's export that. So STL and create a folder to Blender 2.9 now. I'll try to scale at 1, selection only, scale at 1, export the STL, and we'll see what happens in Cura. So whether in Blender 2.79 I have to export with a scale of 1000. Let's see if Blender 2.9 is the same, 1000 or 1. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's got to be 1000. It's got a warning here. The selected model was too small to load. So same deal. So File, Export, STL, make the scale 1000. Here we go. So 1000. That's looking fine. Let's slice it. I didn't get any errors or warnings saying it was non-manifold geometry. Preview. Yeah, that looks fine. All right, so that section in the middle that disappeared when I did that operation, or when I applied the modifiers, that concerns me. That's a hallmark for me of B-mesh modifier. But other than that, it was pretty smooth, pretty good. So I think what I'll do from now on is I'll try modeling. I will try modeling in Blender 2.9, which is not an official release version. It's like an experimental version. 2.83 is still the official release, and I'll just try 2.9 and keep testing it and keep pushing it until it fails. But if it performs and behaves as it has done here, with only minor glitches, well then I think it's good for me to use. So, all right, well, that was just a little test. I hope you enjoyed that. It was good for me just to try it out and see how it was working. So yeah, so that's it for the videos for this week. Friday today. So on Monday, I'll aim to get another video out on Monday. We'll keep seeing how it goes. So if you have made it this far, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my Patreon supporters. Your help is greatly appreciated. And if you want any of my free files, there's a link just here, my free files. Head over there and download whatever you want. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll catch you later.